fantastic episode of Walsh Wednesday. We are continuing on with the Walsh Wednesday concert series, and I got with me today Static Fling. And I'm really excited to have them. I've been trying to get them on forever, and sadly our schedules just haven't worked out up to this point, has it?
No, not at all.
But finally got them. Unless a meteorite strikes, this is happening. We're good!
We're good.
Alright, could everybody just go down the line, introduce yourselves, and tell everybody what instruments you play in the group?
I'm Ben. I play drums sometimes, mostly.
Okay.
I'm Jake. I double, tuba, trombone.
I'm Haley, I play trumpet.
Scott, Barry sax player.
I'm Courtney, I play tenor sax.
Alright. So, you guys are a very interesting group. Here at the college, like you see so many rock bands. What made you guys decide to do this?
Lucky Chops, honestly. I found their videos back before they were even really big.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, these guys are fantastic. And then I found groups of musicians who enjoy the music too. And we just put it together, and one day we decided, we should go play for people. I think that'd be cool.
There you go. Now, how'd you guys get the name Static Fling then?
So
That one was a rainy day in the car, and we're listening to the radio. And this is a very, very frustrating time for Scott and I, as we were the only two members of the group in there. And we couldn't find a good radio station that didn't have static, whether it was due to the rain or due to our lack of competency on tuning the radio. But
Or that stupid thing that kept unplugging. Do you remember that?
yes,
Like the wires
yes, we were
broken?
using the wireless aux, and
It was so bad.
yes, my car radio was fried, so we were using the wireless aux, and it just didn't want to work for us. So it's just static upon static upon static, and I just went off on a tangent about how everyone just is stuck listening to this static fling of stuff. And we just looked at each other and we're like, that's a sweet idea for a band name.
Mhm.
And about
Serendipity.
You guys
About-
messaged me later.
yeah.
Thank God, I hated the original band name. It was
Yeah,
awful.
our original
What was
band.
the original band name?
I don't know if we can say it on air, it's not exactly PG.
Aw.
Yeah, so can we
It's a-
bleep out the PG?
I mean, like, sure.
Just say it.
Well, you
Our original name was We Kick Brass. And, like,
No, you're good.
it was...
Loud and proud, right in the
Nah,
Worried
man,
about
nah,
that.
that's
Yeah.
over and done
So-
with. It's past turn the chapter page thing.
Turn the chat. That page was ripped out and burned.
I thought that was your
that was burnt.
Sensory.
That was burned along with the proverbial bush. If you know what I mean. But anyway, so yeah, we did not like that original nickname. Static Fling came about due to that story we called Courtney about an hour later. Not even said, hey.
5 minutes, you kidding me?
Literally
Yeah,
while
like,
it was happening.
Static
you guys were like,
Fling-
wait, can we name ourselves that?
Static Fling was our name, and well, we met up at Applebee's like how many days after?
TGI Fridays it was.
Was it Fridays or
Oh, the
Applebee's?
classic
All right.
places.
Hey man, classic
They're
American
different.
grill restaurants. Yeah, it was a Fridays. And we sat down at Fridays and we said, hey, let's make this a real thing. We got our Facebook page going. We invited at least 200 people apiece to say,
All
hey,
our friends and family.
yeah, this is our band, this is our group, come like us. And I think within 2 hours we had over, what, 150
Like
likes?
100, yeah.
So I know you guys do a lot of covers, but you do throw in an original here or there, right? So what makes you choose the covers that you do? And then in regards to the originals that you do, what's your process for writing those?
Covers, we just picked the Lucky Chop songs because we loved them.
Okay.
Whichever songs we thought we could do the best. We ran through tons of them sophomore year. We don't talk about that year, but...
No, sophomore year don't exist. It's all right.
But we used to just run through with them, and eventually we decided to print out the ones that we sounded the best on and try and put them together. As far as originals go, I sat down like 1 month, wrote 3 things, and we just started playing them.
Nice. Sounds good. Just came to you?
Yeah, honestly, I just sat down and it just came out.
Nice. You gotta love those moments where it's just there, it spews, and it's just natural. Very, very nice. in regards to performances, like out of all the performances that you guys done together, what in particular do you guys love about performing, and is there a particular performance that like strikes very true to your hearts?
This one performance that comes to mind, honestly, was the Relay for Life one that we did. And it's funny because Jake got pied in the face. We still have the video somewhere. We'll send you the video and see if we can slip it in at some point. But we have the video of Jake getting pied in the face by our other trombone player, Elijah. That was really funny.
Sousaphone was very sticky after that.
Some of it hit me.
Oh god.
It got everywhere.
Some of it hit the equipment. That was bad.
Oh.
Yeah, we weren't worried about Jake. We were worried about the equipment.
Yeah, you could tell you weren't worried about me.
My favorite one would be when we had last Friday at the Parish House.
Oh, that was good.
I felt like I was the most confident during this one and just like the most fun one to play in.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
It was a really good show. You guys did great.
I have to say my favorite one is probably our second convocation performance where
Oh,
we did
yeah.
Brooklyn.
That one was fun.
That one was so much fun. I was in the middle of like soloing, and I had like a written out solo because I hate improving. It's like
Mm-hmm.
number one on my list of fears. I lost my place in the solo, and like I just kind of went for it, and it ended up sounding
happened, yeah.
really,
Yeah, it
really
worked great.
good. Like I listened back to it later, and I was like, wow, maybe I don't suck.
It worked. Yeah.
It was a really nice moment. It was like one of those moments where I was like, wow, I'm like kind of a musician.
Oh, very nice.
To jump off that awesome case with Brooklyn, because that was a sick show, it kind of like goes full circle, and we're hoping to keep it that way. When we did research on what the Lucky Chops' first song together as a group was, their
Awesome.
first song was Brooklyn by Youngblood Brass Band. So, you know, it went first circle. Our motivators played Brooklyn. We're motivated by the Chops. Our first song together was Funky Town by them. And then later we played Brooklyn. So we're hoping that maybe in the future, down the line, we get together, if we put out some originals of ours to the public, that, you know, a young, you know, up-and-coming group who wants to continue this idea of brass band will maybe, you know, stumble upon one of our pieces and play one of them.
That'd be really cool.
That'd be really cool. And then hopefully we can continue this chain of random occurrences.
No.
Or just end the circle and give it to Youngblood. You're like, play our song.
Yeah,
end the
play
circle.
our song, end the circle, just end this torture.
I think my favorite performance had to be my senior recital with these guys, because
fun.
it was the last song. No better way to end my last, well, real performance at the school than with my friends.
Oh, that's really sweet. Now, one thing about Walsh Wednesday, we've normally had just solo artists on. This is the first time having a group on, and with groups comes stories often. And you guys said you had something you wanted to bring up, so I'm curious.
All right.
Let's hear it.
So this one goes from a
Get your
story.
popcorn.
Yeah, get your popcorn, get your soda, whatever else you like to have. So,
Gather around, children.
so this goes along the lines of your last question with our favorite performances and, you know, why we do what we do and stuff
And
like
you get
that.
pied in the face by Elijah.
Different day. So we had a convocation performance in sophomore year, and this was right the same day as Relay sophomore year, which we had no idea Relay existed. Lo and behold, we performed in the latest Relay. So I'm up at least until 3 o'clock helping people out to set up for Relay, and then 4 hours later we're ready to go at convocation. We were doing the Lucky Chops' Funky Town. That was our first piece as a group. Ben and Haley weren't there originally. We had a couple other members who've graduated, gone by the wayside. And we're so hyped for this performance. Like, we spent months and months transcribing this whole tune because it wasn't written out anyway. So, you know, obviously we get trained through our classes to do these type of tasks, and me and Scott complained to each other all through freshman and sophomore year that we're never going to use these skills in real life
We
because they only happen every once in a blue moon. Well, this blue moon was 3 months long of us
Oh gosh.
transcribing this stuff, and we're so excited to perform it. We get on stage, we're the last ones to go by request. Thank God it worked. So we're the last ones to go. We put on this performance, and it was killer. It was one of the best performances I feel we've had as a group. And then I get an email not even 24 hours later, saying, you need to redo your convo performance because you didn't meet the specified requirements. And I'll leave out the details of the requirements and whatnot. Let's just say the next year the convocation syllabus changed. So,
We screwed up so bad, we got a new rule added.
yeah, we got a new rule added because we screwed up so bad. So, I brought my sheet for convo to my instructor, and I didn't have to divulge any information on what I was going to play and who was there because the title, the people, everything's written on this sheet. And rule of thumb to anyone out there listening, read things before you sign them. You know that as a, you know, it's pretty much unspoken at this point, in this day and age. It's happened so many times. Read things before you sign them. Read the fine print. Fine print was not read. It was read on our part and maybe a little misunderstood, but it wasn't, you know, it was just vague in the syllabus. And we're like, okay, well, we're going to do it anyway. So we got the sheet signed. We were approved to play Funky Town. We got out there. We jammed hard, and it was great. Lo and behold, you got to do another performance. And of course, this is directed at me because my name was at the top. This was my performance because I had the melody line through about 75% of this. There were a couple times you two had some back and forths, and I don't even think Dalton or Tuba had anything. They were just rhythmic, yeah, like a rhythmic hangout sesh for those guys. But it was a real kick in the pants after that, and
Dang.
that really influenced us to just keep going.
I think like
Really?
because it was like a classical convocation that like
Yeah.
there seems to be like a pretty decent sized stigma against like non-classical things in like a classical area like
Yeah.
some of the convocations. Like I've noticed a lot of people play jazz and not necessarily get the support that I see with like
And that-
people that play
and that's-
like concertos or something.
And that's
It's weird.
jazz.
It's
That's
like
not even like an electronic
all
type
forms of music are like just as hard as everything else. Like classical is just as hard as pop, just as hard as rock or jazz or anything else. Like they all deserve that amount of respect.
Yeah.
Amen.
To each their own at this point. Like, go out and do what you want to do and have fun with it. And that's really what inspired us to sit down for months and get this done, because we love what we were doing. We spent countless nights just sitting up in the third floor of Masery.
Yep.
The speakers are blaring, the screen's on. We're looking at finger positions and slide positions, just trying to make a guess as to what note these guys are playing. And we got the
And this
whole
is
thing.
a cell phone recording, mind you. This isn't like
Yeah, this isn't
a
a-
really decent
this is-
studio recording. We're
this
going
is-
off of a cell phone.
This is someone who recorded the New York City subway off a cell phone. So we're like, all right, well, they have a good enough recording to hear the notes, and they have a very decent quality video. We got this. 3 months it took us to get it,
It's
and
tough.
it's all handwritten. I have my part somewhere in the depths of somewhere. So
The depths of Masery.
yeah, no, they're at my house now, but that's a different story. Anyway, yeah. So it's an influence.
That's really interesting. To some, a moment like that probably would have been discouraging to some, but that was what drove
Oh,
you
heck
guys
yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
We were pissed off enough that we were like, no, you're not gonna like shove us down. We're gonna come back and we're gonna come back even harder than before.
Yeah, and
And that's where Brooklyn came from.
that really, yeah, that's where Brooklyn came from, and we said, hey, this piece, like, we listened to Brooklyn together, and we said, this is 10 times more energetic, this has 10 times the volume, 10 times the power,
And an actual trombone.
yeah,
part.
an actual trombone solo, because, you know, in the part it's written solo, so without that, you're not really getting much, so it worked on our behalf, but, you know, regardless of it being a trombone solo, like, without the band and everybody participating together and really pushing forth that message and that drive, it's nothing. It's me doing my thing and these guys just hanging out to help, you know. Now it's, you know, family pretty much. You know,
Ben's adopted.
yeah, no. Coming from the one who's adopted, Ben's adopted. Anyway,
No, that's absolutely sounds
real dad
fantastic.
didn't want me.
Oh gosh,
Okay, we want you.
we're taking a turn here.
Should we tell the story of the personnel exchange? Because that was a turn and a half.
you want to go down the list of?
All right, let's have a Reader's
We
Digest
had
right
like
here.
a decent like lineup change throughout
Oh, we can field a football team with the amount of people that have come and gone. We're a group of 6.
Minus Elijah.
Yeah, Elijah's not here.
He's not feeling well today.
So we're a group of 6. We've been a group of 6 since the beginning. Since the beginning, we've been a group of 6, and the 3 of us are the only 3 that have been original members. So it's the 3 of us. Dalton, how do you? Mislik, whatever. Sorry, Dalton. It's hard. It's even harder to spell, dude. So, yeah, he was our trumpet player. We had Pat Sullivan, who likes Taco Bell.
He does like Taco Bell.
He does enjoy Taco Bell.
He
I
does.
still have it recorded.
Oh, yeah. So
We gotta send that to you.
we will send that to you. We had a voice recording from Pat Sullivan.
He accidentally left a voicemail, and I think it was my phone. And it was about coming to rehearsal, and one of his friends, Joe DeCilio, walked in on him making the recording, and he stopped and went, "Wait, did you say Taco Bell?"
Yeah, it was real funny. Just in the end, you hear it's like the phone off in the distance. Did you say Taco Bell? So yeah, we've had some comedians in the group too. So Dalton was our trumpet player. Pat was our tuba player, and Liam Davis
He's the original drummer.
was our original drummer. Thank you for some good performances. We had fun.
Who we had on the show several episodes ago.
Yeah,
We
so
also went to Alex Hayes.
yeah, that was our next drummer. Liam said he had to move on. He was doing some personal stuff and some other group stuff, and we said, all right, dude, you've given us all you can at this point. You've expressed interest in wanting to work with us later down the road, and he's been very courteous and complimentary toward everything we do. So that's a nice change to leave us off on.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Hayes became our next drummer. That was a little
That was an interesting.
that was a
time.
little bump in the road, not on behalf of Alex.
Just everyone together
every-
was having.
Yeah,
Problems.
everyone was having problems via financial, educational, everything like that. We
He
played
just came in at a bad time.
Yeah.
we played Bolero for convocation. I
The
transcribed.
problem was you put me on alto sax.
That's
No. The problem was that piece was absolute.
You put me on alto sax. That was a problem.
Yeah.
That's the root.
We had Bolero. I transcribed the entire thing, and this was like a 1930s Benny Goodman on clarinet Bolero. I transcribed that part for trombone, and I tried to transcribe an entire jazz band for just 3 horns. It was you, Dalton, who royally. Woo,
He left
Dalton.
his mute in
He
during
did.
the middle of the performance.
No, that wasn't the mute. He didn't leave his mute in for that one. He left his
in
mute.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, the mute was in Brooklyn that he left it in. So Dalton's had some ups and downs with our group too. But yeah, so Alex was our drummer during that little downward slope of Static Fling's existence. After Alex, we're like, oh boy, we want to keep going. We need a drummer. Ben came along.
He had expressed interest before.
He did.
was like, yo, if you guys ever need a drummer, like if Alex can't make it to a show,
Yeah.
I'd love to play with you guys. So when
You were
Alex left,
Oh, yeah.
when Alex left to do his own stuff, it was kind of the obvious choice of who we were gonna pick.
Yeah, so Ben hopped on, and since, what was that? That was junior year. That was like beginning of junior year, right?
Something like that.
Ben
Some
still had
middle-
long hair then. so
Yeah,
did
right.
I.
Ben still had long hair, so if any of you guys know Ben with long hair,
Oh,
that's
gosh,
how long
he's
he's been with the group. Let's see
Pulling
it.
it out.
Let's see it. Show it. Show it. Walk up to that camera. Just go,
Oh, God.
give it a glance.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I totally forgot about this until he brought it
Yo,
up earlier
thumbnail,
today.
thumbnail.
I look like
I
that
hope
at
that's
one point.
being
I'm
seen
sorry,
pretty
everybody.
well.
Everybody smash that like button if you want that to be a thumbnail.
1,000 likes and I'll grow my hair back out.
You heard that, everybody.
1,000 likes. Let's go. Let him grow his hair out. So you can tell with the relation we have with Ben now, like it's been great. Haley joined our crew
After Dalton graduated.
after Dalton graduated, so that was our junior year, beginning of junior year. We needed another trumpet player, and we said, Haley, you want to do it? She's
Haley's a bomb.
more than open to do it, and I mean, in our opinion, she's grown. Just not even just amongst us as a family, but even as a player, I think she could admit too that she's grown as a trumpet player, and we really applaud that. Check out Static Fling Facebook for an
Oh, yeah.
interview.
Oh, Haley has changed
Oh,
quite
yeah.
a bit.
Yeah.
She used to be so quiet and shy that she started hanging around me and Scott, and she's not quite the same person anymore.
Yeah, check out Static Fling's Facebook page for an interview with Haley from the music department standpoint. There's, it's very,
I saw that interview.
it's a very, very positive influence for Haley, and being a member of our band, we take pride in that. And then Elijah came along because we only had 5 members at that time because I was doubling on trombone and tuba, and Scott came up to me and said, hey, dude, Elijah's willing to play. Let's get him in on this, and it was all good. And then we came back to 6 members, and we've been having, 3 gigs? 3 gigs is a full 6?
Yeah.
3 gigs, and that's the most we've had since being together,
Yep.
other than Convo. That's the most outside Convo gig we've had. So there's our roster of a lot.
Of
A lot through the years.
Well, hey, you guys rock it wherever you guys go. Zach, Fling, thank you guys for coming on to Walsh Wednesday. Greatly appreciated, and best of luck on all of your endeavors.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Connor Walsh, and I'm glad we got to
Spend some time.
You didn't dab.
Get your finger done.
Keep that in the video. Keep that.
Yeah.